Hey everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row, and today I have come out to the, I call it the Half Moon Herb Garden. All the little names that we come up with for our stuff. I'm sorry that I keep looking at my feet, but the little baby pigs, I'll show you. They love to sit at our feet and they love to chew on us a little. So if you hear me talking to someone, it's probably them telling them to get. But so anyway, I'm gonna walk away from them. So I'm in the Half Moon Garden, as you can see behind me, and we have a few herbs that are still left, and the sage looks pretty good, although it's kind of wet. And the thyme looks good, and peppermint still looks good. Everything else, do you see all this? I need to pull all this basil out, the cardinal basil. That's definitely an annual. I'm not gonna work on that today. I'm actually just coming out to get some sage because I want to make a sage wreath with my kids. So we are very close to Thanksgiving. And so a sage wreath though is not just for fall. You can use it through the winter too. And we're gonna make kind of a more basic one. I love just basic wreaths that are just the herbs themselves. I love that. But so we're gonna use sage to do that. You can, if you want to put other added interest in it, of course you can always add pine cones, or we have these trees that have these red berries on them that last a really long time in a vase. So I can only imagine that they would probably dry pretty good too. So I have some rosemary too, but I don't really feel like my rosemary is big enough to use for that. So I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna snip up some sage. So let's get started. Okay, I have a basket full of sage and thyme. I'm gonna, if I don't use the thyme in the wreath, I'm just gonna hang it and dry it or put it on a screen and dry it. But it was so plentiful that I had to go ahead and cut some and put it in the basket. Here, I know I said I wasn't gonna clean it up, but once I got in there, I had to pull this cardinal basil out. Look at this mountain. I mean, and I have some over there too. Those were huge bushes. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but the root systems on these things, I mean, I had to cut some of these root systems out with my clippers. But I got those out. Here's our Half Moon Garden at the moment. I mean, this is the end of, I was gonna say Thanksgiving. This is the end of November and we still have a lot of green happening. We even have remnants of celery over there. Do you see right here? It's all celery. So, and there's, I need to clean it up, but there's Italian parsley over there. And of course, in our pots are the peppermint. So, kind of cool. So I got that completed and I'm gonna head into the house, make sure that these are dry and maybe pick off some leaves that I don't want to be showing. And I'm gonna start on this project with the kids. Every time I get out into the garden and I'm like, I'm not gonna clean up, I always end up cleaning up. And I definitely wasn't wearing gardening shoes, so that's a shame. I just got them very muddy. But it's just that time of year where we're going into our little break in gardening, and so it's nice to have a break from gardening, but then once you get out, like, you get that fever again of wanting to plant and do all of those things. So I'm gonna force myself to stop and go in and have this project with the kids. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, the first things that we're going to need for this are, we need that floral wire. You need a wreath form. Now this is 2 wreath forms, they're 14 inches. And I'm gonna do one and my kids are gonna do one. And the very first thing that you start off doing, Jed, throw this way, please.
Okay.
Is bundling your sage. So I go through, and we are late in the season, so not all of this sage is going to be perfect. I love that though. I don't like everything to be perfect. All of my perfect sage, you guys can come over here. All of my perfect sage was used to dry because we go through a ton in this household. But you're just going to, so we're going to spend the next little bit making good bundles. And so what you want it to look like is have like some layering. So you'll start off with one. Okay, so I'm just going to start, let me grab a handful of sage. So you want to get nice, good, you want to get nice, good, full bunches. So you want it to be kind of layered, and you want to, now remember, so you can utilize your wreath form to see what that's going to look like on the wreath. So you just want to make sure and make like pretty little bundles, and then leaves like that you just pull out. Oh, it still smells beautiful. It's not like spring. In the spring it's so aromatic, but these are absolutely beautiful. And we still have, I love sage because on the back sides it's that lighter green, and on the front it's a little bit darker. It's just such a pretty contrast. And then the purple of the stems, this is just such a great herb to work with. So when you get your bundle together, you're going to take your floral wire, and I like to do about 7 or 8 inches. Maybe that's too much, but I like it to be pretty solid. You're gonna clip it, and then you are going to bunch these together, and then I twist the floral wire tight around your bunch, and then I use excess to attach it to the wire of the form. Okay, but right now we're just gonna make a bunch of these, okay guys? And you wanna make sure that when you're twisting these, you twist this nice and tight, because remember, this is gonna be drying, and as it dries, it's gonna shrink, okay? So we're gonna make a whole bunch of these. I'm gonna say, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 of these. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay, so let's get started. So as you can see, we have moved indoors because it's raining outside. And I am going to do my wreath and teach the kids how to do theirs, and then they're going to do theirs. So I have my bundles all bundled up. And so you have to make a choice when you're doing a sage wreath. So if I hang my wreath this side, and I just stack these all on top of each other, this side will be going up. The leaves will be going up. And as they dry, they will start to kind of hang. And so this side will be laying down nice and pretty, and then this side will be all fluffy. Now some people like that, but I am a symmetrical person. So what I do is I start at the half, and I'm going to lay them as they're supposed to. Actually, I'm going to work backwards. Let's see. Let me think how I'm doing this. Point being, I'm going to lay these all on top of each other until I get to the half, and then I'll work this way downwards because I like all my leaves to be laying down. So I'm going to get started on that. Okay. That is nice and solid. Solid. So then I'm going to take my next one. So this is where I want them to meet, remember. And I'm going to place it. So this is all going to be hidden right here. All the, oops. All the branches are going to be hidden by that overlap. So then I'm going to put this up here and then attach it to the wire form. And here's 3. That will make 1/2 right here. So I'm going to attach this. This is why I have excess, oops. This is why I have excess wire on my bundles, so that I don't have to use a secondary wire to attach it to the form. Okay. Now, because I have done half of the wreath, I'm going to, so now I understand that all these are going this way. So now all these are going to go this way. If I was going to keep this laid down, I'm just going to keep overlapping all the way through. And it's one continuous thing. Like if this was rosemary, I could easily do that. But again, because those leaves start to droop on this side because of gravity, I'm going to swap it so that because this is the top of my wreath and this will be covered by my ribbon, I'm going to go ahead and make them come so that it's working with gravity instead of against gravity. And on this one, I did not have extra, so I will be using excess wire. So we have the sage combing down, and then I bought sweet little burlap ribbon. Oh, look at that. That came with it too. Okay, guys, which one should we use? Let's look at the different ones we could use.
Ooh.
That's kind of like that one, isn't it?
Look, it has little dots on it.
No, that's a needle to keep it together. What do we like best? Which one do we like best?
I like this one the
yeah,
best.
it's pretty. Which one do you like, Jed? Jed?
This one.
Okay, me too. All right. So
Wait,
we are
aren't you
going
going to show the camera?
This was the winner that we're going to decide. We decided on. Okay.
Wait, do you use the needle for anything?
Yeah, it keeps the ribbon together. So I'm gonna
use this needle.
I'm gonna roll out however much ribbon that I need and then double it. So it's gonna hang like that. Okay, this is the final, ooh, there's a couple of mine that need taken off. This is the final outcome. I love it. It's very natural looking. I love the natural burlappy look. But sorry you hear the pigs. Sayla's trying to get the pigs to go with her. Run, Sayla! But so I love the little natural detail and just the naturalness of it. But I did want to point out, my kids, which I love theirs, I love how theirs turned out. This ribbon is so sweet and cute. Oh, I just love that. But they were talking about, Jed had an excellent idea to put acorns on this. That would be very, very cute. Or you could put little pine cones or some of the winter berries that they have. I personally just love the natural look of the sage. I just think that these are beautiful. So here it is with the addition of the little winter berries that we have put in. Jed went and ran and got some off of the vines that grow. I think it's absolutely beautiful. That is just a really good addition, but you can make it however you like. So you have the plain version here, which I love. It goes with all seasons. You have the winter version. I mean, I have to be honest, this version is so cute. I would sell this at a craft show. Like, it's just too cute. It's my favorite out of the two. But I love a good like natural looking wreath too. I want to let you know that I used to work for a company called Frontgate. It's a very, very high-end brand, and I worked for them for about 10 years, and we sold these wreaths. They would range anywhere from $250 all the way up to $400. If you got really, really big ones, it'd be even more than that. So this cost us, the ribbon, the form, and the wire, I think in all I did 20 bucks. Let's go high and say 40. But if I purchased these somewhere, it'd be a whole lot more. And it's nice to know that you can utilize, all this sage would be dead after winter. So it's just nice to know that you can utilize something. It's beautiful. Now we're gonna put these in a cool, dark place for a few days and let it dry out a little bit before we try to hang them. You can hang them, but we would like to hang like maybe one in the kitchen, maybe one outside, or I think maybe your Grammy might like one. Yeah.
We should give her this one.
Yeah. I wish my in-laws were here, and I would have loved to have given them one of these wreaths. I hate that we've missed them by a day, so we could have given one to Nana and Papa, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, it is super simple. Was that simple?
Yeah.
Very simple. So remember, if we can make herbal wreaths,
Anybody can. Thanks.
bye.